Hello, how is everyone tonight? This is my episode on Craft Round the Clock, and I'm just waiting for Tracy to get on so I can see if she's shared me into the group real quick. And I'm gonna go on here. Okay. As you come on in, go ahead and say hi. I am in the group already. So, I'm going to bring up comments over here. So I'm a little discombobbled. I had to go vote today and it was raining and everything. So, hi Bonnie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you down here and show you what I have. Okay. We'll see what that looks like. What I did is I'm going to work on the male one first. Is I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought a couple of those gingerbreads that they had. They had a boy and a girl. And they were inexpensive. They were $3.99 and they're 50% off. So they cost $2. And they're good size. I figured we'd work on these and paint these. I did base coat them because the wood, it's not the greatest wood, but the wood is pretty, you know, you can sell them at your craft show or hang them up on your door if you paint the back of it and stuff. And I mean, it'll work out just fine. It's a nice, inexpensive piece, and it's cute. It's dimensional. I did cover the eyes and the mouth pretty good, so I will paint my own eyes. I did paint over the cheeks because I'm going to dry brush those. And I didn't see that when I bought it. It had a crack here in the layer of wood, so I did patch that with some stuff that I had. So I painted the body in honey brown, and I'm gonna paint these white, this white, white, and we'll do red on the scarf, okay? So we'll get that going. Hi, Terry. Hi, Dion. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Lisa. Hey, there's my cousin Patty. How are you? And hi, Nancy. Okay, so I'm going to leave the honey brown out a little bit because the wood did soak it in pretty well. I can see a few other spots where it's lighter, and I'll just kind of touch that up as I notice it. Because the wood it does soak up the stuff pretty good. So, but I'm going to take Santa Red and I'm going to put some of that out, and we're going to try some Santa Red. Does everyone get out and vote today? And we were watching, I was watching a little bit of the results when I was making dinner, but they didn't really have much going on yet. So my husband, he came home today. He was tired. He went and laid down. He's got a cold. He's not feeling very good. And this is where I patched it, was right there. And what I patched it with was that one-time spackle. I just put it on there. I waited till it dried, and then I sanded it. And it should work just fine. I've used that on wooden blocks that I've used too. I have a show this weekend. And I haven't done it before. It's at the high school in the next town up in Sasago. So I've been trying to get some ornaments done, and I think that's what I'll probably sell a lot of is ornaments. It seems like the school sales, that's kind of what they buy at the school sales. Yeah. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, he kind of got it last week, and I can tell it's getting to him today. He says he's feeling better, but he's tired, you know, and that comes with a cold. You get so worn out. So, hi, Jan. How are you tonight? I mean, if you're a painter, you'll be able to tell that this isn't the kind of wood we usually paint on. But I think for a inexpensive decoration, it should work just fine. And if it turns out cute enough, I'll try and sell them. And even if I sold them for $10, I mean, I'm still making quite a bit of money off of them at the craft show. So if you're a crafter, you could do that too. You could, you know, try and make some money. And I used to cut all my wood, and my husband would cut wood for me also. But the last few years, we haven't been cutting so much wood. We just don't have the time for it. You know, as you get a little older, oops, got some on my brown. I'm going to try and get that off right away here. It's been raining here all day. I'm in Minnesota, so it has not been that great of weather here. I'm just going to cover that up with more paint underneath there, and then this way I have a small brush I can get in there better because I can see some spots I missed. And that's one thing about this layered wood is when it's all together, it's harder to paint around the stuff. But it's an inexpensive pastime. I mean, you could even get your kids to paint one, you know, your grandkids, your kids, for the holidays, for an activity to do. Okay, so we're gonna let that dry, the red dry a little bit. I'll probably need another coat. It's soaking in pretty good. But I'm gonna get some white out and put the white on the gingerbread. Look at, he's got a little swoop there. I thought that was cute. And I did put 2 coats on this, and I can see some spots are lighter, so I'll probably have to touch that up a little bit too. I'm assuming if I would have put some finish in with my paint and mixed it in, it probably wouldn't have absorbed it so much. And I do that a lot too, but hi, Sandra. Oh, you're in Minnesota too, huh, Nancy? Yeah, the last couple days it's been pretty gloomy out here. I don't like it when it gets like this. If it's cold and it's sunny, then I'm okay with it. At least there's sun. And now it's dark at 5:30 because of the falling back. I'm not looking forward to winter. The winter, we have a long winter up here. Our heat's been on for a couple weeks. Oops. It's one day it's in the 80s, then the next day it's 35. So it's been extreme temperatures. But when we packed up our air conditioner outside, we winterized it already. We put a cover on it and stuff, and it's off. We will not turn that back on this year. So but I've been painting ornaments for about 2 weeks right now. I took them outside yesterday. It got up to 60, but it was raining yesterday. And I opened up the garage and I sprayed them with a spray because they were the layered ornaments and I couldn't brush on the varnish. So I had to spray them. And then I closed the garage door and I brought them in last night. I didn't leave them out there. I left them out in the garage to dry overnight or during the day so the smell didn't get in the house and stuff. And I brought them in last night and I was looking at them and I forgot to put eyes on some of them. So I'm going to have to put the eyes on them and spray them again. So, oh, that's what happens when you're just painting ornament after ornament after ornament. I'll have to do some touch up on, because I'm getting the white on the honey brown. And the honey brown is I see there's kind of, this wood is kind of got a spot here. I might have to sand that a little bit. It's got like glue or something on it. I'll see what that is. And I did sand it once, but it doesn't look like I got it all. So did everyone get out and vote today? Yeah, I've never liked winter either. Oh, you guys, if you're up by Duluth, you guys get a lot of snow. I'm in Forest Lake, so I'm about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours south of you, right down 35. And this is my segment today in Craft Round the Clock. I didn't get to watch many of the presenters today because of the voting, and I had to stop at the grocery store too today and get some things. I just went to Aldi's because I needed creamer, and I got some bananas and stuff there. But they got some pretty good prices on some of their produce and stuff. I bought some potatoes and just a few things. Enough to fit in a little basket that I was carrying on my arm and didn't have to rent the cart. They charge $0.25 for the cart, and then when you bring the cart back, you can get your quarter back. So okay, that's better. It had like a piece of glue on it or of some sort. I don't know what it was, but and I did sand over it once, but I guess I didn't get it all off. Okay. So I'm going to go around and fix up a little bit more of my honey brown that I got white on and stuff. I got some on it here. I'm just gonna just touch it up, and I am gonna shade around there, but and I've been putting the paint on kind of thick. I usually don't paint that thick, but because of the type of wood it is, I've been going a little thick on it, so. I'm going to go right on here one more time. And on the girl, the dress is separate too. I don't know if we'll get to the girl tonight, but it's a pretty easy shape to paint. The wood is still a little warpy there, but we'll put a stencil on it and see if we can make it look better so that you don't see all that. Okay. I'm going to hit that with the heat dryer here. All around my desk, I have little piles of stuff that I'm working on that's half finished, partway finished, because you got to let so much stuff dry in between that I want to just keep going, because I think this is, I'll paint this week heavily and maybe next week, and then I'm gonna pretty much pack all the stuff away for shows, and so I can get my Christmas tree set up and stuff, and then straighten up all my craft supplies. And I've already been packing some tubs up, and I'm starting to get rid of all my fall supplies and bringing them out to the garage for storage. My poor garage has so many tubs in it. I have way too much stuff. That still has a lot of paint in it. Is anybody else set up for Christmas yet? Did anybody put their tree up? Hi, Judy. Oh, there was a huge line at your voting. It wasn't too bad. I went around 11, so I probably missed the morning. My son said he went this morning, and he was in line for 45 minutes. There was not a line when I went. There were people there voting, but there was not a line. I'm going to get rid of this here. And this. Yeah, everybody's voting this year. That's good. I think last year it was hard for people to get out and vote. It was during COVID, and, you know, you had a lot of people mailed in their vote and stuff. It was a tough year, the last election. Okay, I'm going to use, I have this Spice Brown sitting right here. I usually shade with espresso, or you can use burnt umber, but I have that here, so I'm just going to use that because it's right here. And I'm using an angle brush. This is the first time I've used this angle brush. It's a bigger one, so I don't know what it's going to work like. And I'm going to shade under here. And I'm using a lot of water because, once again, this wood is kind of dry, so. And I don't know if I'll be able to get in between these and have a decent float there, but I will try because it is narrow. We'll just get as much up in there as we can. Yeah, I wanted to go to Dollar Tree today, but my clothes were soaking wet, so I just came home, and I needed to get a clipboard. My husband wanted a clipboard to hold some papers that he had, and I was going to get something else there. I can't remember, but I figure I'll try and go out tomorrow. He was in Monticello, so that's a little ways from our house. That's northwest from us. So he was in Monticello, and he said when he left there today that the sun was starting to come out. It was still sprinkling, but the sun was starting to shine. So maybe it'll work its way over to us. I don't know. I hope so. But when I came up here, it was still raining out. I took the dog out to go to the bathroom, and it was raining. I am not going to, yeah, on this one you can kind of see the glue there, but we'll just leave that. We're not going to, maybe it won't show as much once we put a finish on it and stuff. And if it's a inexpensive thing, people won't notice that so much. I see I missed a spot there, but the shading should cover that. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna shade around his legs. I had a lesson before I came on, and right before I came on, she was finished teaching us, so that worked out good. We were doing an elf in there tonight. It was turning out cute. I did not paint with her because I was base coating, but when you do craft shows, what's your biggest seller? Hi, Sissy. Thank you. Hi, Nancy. For winter, for Christmas, mine is snowmen. People just gravitate to the snowmen. I don't know why. I enjoy painting gingerbread. I like them myself, but you know, I'll get an occasional gingerbread lover, but most of the people tend to go for the snowmen or Santa. There is some Santa buyers. But I figured for $2, because it was 50% off, and it is quite tall. I was looking for my tape measure. I don't have it right in sight, so I can't measure it. Does it say it on here? Oh, 12.48 by 15.81. So it's about 16 inches tall. So it's a good size. $2, that's almost the same price as the Dollar Tree, you know? So, and they had some tall gnomes there too, holding a candy cane. I bought a couple of those, and those were the same price. I went to Hobby Lobby this weekend, and what else did I get there? I went there to see what they had left for fall, to buy some of their fall clearance. They had so much fall stuff. I didn't buy hardly any fall. I figure with as much as they had, they're going to go, you know, 60-70% off pretty soon. And then I can just put it away till next year. There's some pumpkins that they have that I like, that it's a pumpkin, and it's one side is a groove board and the other side is flat, and it's on a base, so it stands up. And I've painted a few of those. Those are pretty nice wood. So and they had a lot of them. They had like 15 of them. So I'll go back for those when they when they announce the, you know, I think they go right to 90, don't they? They go from like 50% off to 90. Hi, Tamara. How are you? I have you for the ornament exchange this year. I think I still have your address from the mystery box we were in together, but I'll check. If I don't have it, I'll message you for it. We're in another group together, and we're having an ornament exchange. So I think that'll be fun. All the groups online here are so nice. Everyone's so nice in the groups and stuff. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're gonna let that dry, and I want to shade the scarf, but I'm gonna wait on that because I'm going to put some lines on it, and they're not gonna be. It's not gonna be nothing fancy. It's just gonna be some quick lines. I'm gonna thin down some white paint, and I'm gonna go. Oh, I gotta get it closer to me here. Yeah, the wood it like soaks up that's the only bad thing. You gotta you gotta use a lot of water and a lot of paint. But like that, and then we're gonna go just like this, okay? And we gotta let that dry. And I'm gonna let it dry a little bit on its own. We'll do the cheeks. We'll get a brush here, and I have this cotton candy. That's what it's called. I believe it's called that. Oh, let's see. Cactus flower, I'm sorry. And the cheeks are already there, but I'm just gonna dry brush on them because I don't want them to have real bright cheeks. I didn't want to just paint them red or pink. I kind of want them to be a softer color. And now I'm going to have to do the dryer a little bit because I got to shade on the camera. He looks like he's got a big head compared to his body, but it's the way the camera is. He really doesn't have that big of a head compared to his body. It's pretty proportioned out now. And I'm going to use soft black to shade the scarf. Not that color. I have so many paints out on my table. I'm ashamed of my craft room right now. Oh, soft black. It's a busy time of the year though, so. And I am moving slow this year. For some reason, I am just not getting as much painted this year as I do in previous years. I don't know if it's aging or what it is, but I have all day long that I can paint, and I'm just kind of like taking it easy, moving slow, and you know, one day I'll scrub the kitchen floor and vacuum and do the dishes, and then the next day I'll vacuum another room and do something else, and I'm just kind of taking it slow, which is crazy. I used to move so fast doing everything, and I'm going to put some up here too. And I am gonna just go like, I gotta get rid of some of that on there. I'm just gonna go on the top of these like this. Yeah, there's like glue on all of it that I can see that I wasn't seeing before, but that's okay. We'll just work around that. And I'm just dry brushing a highlight on here, and it's with the same thing that I used on the cheeks. And I gotta dry this to do some more dry brushing. It's not taking the dry brushing real well, but I'm gonna give him his eyes. I'm running out of time here. So I'm gonna set this down like this. Set this down so I can see his eyes real good. And I'm gonna put down some, I wanna look at him real good and see. You can kind of see his eyes, but I think I can get by with making my own. It's very light. So my cat just jumped on the back of my chair. Hello, Skippy. Back up now. The marks for the eyes were over here further. I want to do those closer together. No, Skippy, get down, please. I should have never acknowledged him. Now he thinks he owns the place. I gotta lift it up to do it. Skippy, get down. That's a little different than I usually do the eyelashes, but, and then I want to give him a pink nose. And we'll highlight the eyes on the inside and stuff. I got like 8 minutes. So I don't have a lot of time. And the cutout did not have a nose drawn in here. So I'm just adding that. And some people will like real big noses. I'm going to give them a little nose. And I'll do more stuff with his hair and stuff too. Her little mouth, him a little mouth. And let me dry that real quick so I can Oh, the eyelashes look good. I usually put them up, but I was going to be hitting the swoop, so I didn't do that. We don't want that much white on there. Not that thick. I don't know what's going on with my water content tonight. It is different than it usually is. Maybe it's because the heat's been running so much and it's dry in here. I'm struggling tonight, ladies. I'm struggling tonight. And I'm gonna shade here or highlight that above his. I'll use a little red for the bottom of his nose. I'm gonna put a design, I think, in between the okay, and okay. What time do we got? 8:13. Okay, this is what he looks like so far. I took this stencil out that I have, and I'm gonna probably put something in between here. I was in another class and we did a design like this in between the scarf. I'll do one and show you what it looks like. If I can find the gold paint. Vintage brass. Oh, geez. And I've been using it. Vintage brass, silver. There it is. You know, some of the colors have a thing on the top like this, and then some of them don't. And I just don't know why they didn't put them on all of them to help us out here. But this is Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold. And I'm going to get another little stencil brush. And I'm putting the paint in and wiping a lot of it off. So that little one is like that. And then I can put more on this one. And I'm just kind of guessing where the stripe is, because I want it in between the stripes. We did that in another class, and I liked how it turned out. So can you see the... Okay, Alexa, please turn off. So I'll work on that some more, and I'll post a picture in the group when I'm done, because I just have a minute left. But here's what we got so far. So he's turning out all right, and his scarf will be a little blingy, and I'll do something more with his hair and stuff. But then we'll get the little girl painted too, so it should be a cute pair. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming and watching tonight. And we'll see you next time. It's just me, Colleen Tepper, with a couple of tra-la-las. Thank you. Bye now.